Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great on this Wednesday. This is my second, not second because I've done this before, but the next in the series on introverts and how we are learning and how we are. So today we're going to talk about why understanding who we are matters. So why does it matter in terms of our relationships with others? Because until you really understand how you work, how you function, how you process things, it's difficult. It can be difficult to have relationships with others. And then you'll be able to see how they relate and establish connections. It's just a good idea to understand how you function in the world so that you can move forward and love people and have great relationships. So you want to be self-aware about yourself. So let me put my glasses on so I can read this to you guys and share the notes that we have today. And again, I'm getting this all from the book, The Most Powerful Purpose of Introverts by Holly Girth. A very good read. I highly recommend it. So the first step to loving someone is knowing them. And you want to love yourself, right? But you also want to love others. That's what we're called to do. We're called to love others. And there are 4 categories that you need to know about for yourself, and then you can see that in others. So the first one is your preferences. So your preferences that influence your personality, basically. So for me, in the book, she actually has little scales, little guidelines for you to figure that out. And for me, mine came up to be a protector. So protector is in her words, a guardian of good, which is true. I guard things that are good. Those are precious to me. Resilient, I'm insightful, creative, and I'm orderly. And I do try to be all those things. It's just innate in me. That's just the way God made me. So the first part then again was your preferences that might influence your personality. So that's the first step to helping you be more self-aware and understand who you are. The second one, number 2, is how you process things, such as how you make changes, how you respond to requests of others, how you grow as a human being. So for me, again, in the little checklist that she has in the book, mine came up to be I am what she calls an upholder. So that's someone who needs orderly systems, which I do. I thrive on checklists and to-do lists and things like that. Those were systems that I need in my business and in my home. And even when I was teaching, I had little checklists of things that I did each day. So that's called an upholder. And the next 2 are probably real. Those first two were really unfamiliar to me. That was a new area for me. The other 2, though, I had heard about. The third one is patterns. So what patterns you have. And those are not personalities. These are ways that we developed to deal with life. So you've probably heard of, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, Enneagrams, Enneagrams, then 9 Enneagrams. I had not heard of those until it's actually during the pandemic, the first time our kids, or one time during the pandemic, the kids came over and they were talking about Enneagrams. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know what this is. So they gave me a little assessment, and then she also has a link to it in the group. And I think it was called yourenneagramcoach.com, but it's a free, I'll look it up and put it here in the caption for you so you can see where you can go online and figure out what your Enneagram is. And again, that's not a personality type. That is just a way that we've developed to deal with things in life that come about. So for me, and this was not a surprise to me because I've done the yellow personalities the personalities test, color personality test, and I'm a yellow. And then this again came up to be a helper. So I'm number 2. I'm Enneagram 2, a helper. So I like to help others and make sure their needs are met and so forth before my aunt. That's actually a weakness of mine. I tend to take care of others before taking care of myself. And I've had to learn to put the oxygen mask on me first so that I can take care of others. And that's one of the hazards of being a 2 or a helper personality. And then the fourth one was very familiar to me because I've studied the love languages before. It's personal relationships. So your approach to personal relationships in the world, it's important to know that. And your 5 love languages. That's what this is all about. So if you've not studied Dr. Gary Chapman before, we did this in church a while back. I think when I was in high school, perhaps. That's when I first started learning about it. I don't know, maybe it wasn't that far back. But the 5 love languages, because you want to know not only your love languages, you want to know those around you so that you can love on them in the way that they crave. So of the love languages, my top one is acts of service. I don't care about gifts. I could care less about that. Acts of service are number 1 for me. The second one is physical touch. Like hugs. I'm a hugger. So number 2 is physical touch. And then for me, number 3 was, what was it? Oh, I just had it in my brain. I forgot it. Oh, quality time. Quality time. I don't care about doing, fancy things. I just sit together on the couch is fine with me. That's a love language for me. So those are my top 3. Gifts, very last. I'm not a gift person. So I would be interested to see what your love languages are and your Enneagram is. So let's connect. We can have some conversations about that offline. Off in Messenger. For the love languages there, if you just Google 5 love languages, you'll come up and it'll have a little assessment for you to do there and figure out what your love language is in that way. So that's a good way. These are all just 4 ways that you can explore yourself, become more self-aware, and also maybe your partner, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, even your siblings if you're just living at home. It's good to know how to speak and work around other people. And if you have business people that are on your team, it's just good to know so that you can interact better and get along, right? That's what we're all here for, to get along and love one another. So again, if you want to connect in a closer relationship with me in a more intimate setting, put group in the comments, and I'll invite you over to our community here on Facebook, and you can chat with us more in there. Okay. You guys have a great evening, and I will see you later. Bye.